Hi there, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. Today we are going to take another look at Spellbinders block print Zodiacs collection, and we will be working with the Aries press plates. And I just love this. I hope this turns out super cute. I have an idea in mind. And with that, you get your 3 plates. You get your Aries March 21st through April 19th. And then you also get your sentiment always in motion. For some reason, that tongue-tied me this morning. So let's go ahead and get started. So I did go ahead and I prepped a few things just to make it a little easier on us today. I want to make this as quick as possible. I hot foiled my main image here in black glimmer foil onto alabaster cardstock. I have a vision in my mind of how I want this to look. So I also hot foiled my Aries and my Always in Motion, and I trimmed those out, and I also cut layering pieces. So I will go ahead and I will glue together my layering pieces here. And the black is Raven cardstock. I'm not going to glue this one down yet though. We are going to do something else with that. So let me get these prepped. So I've got some other images prepped, and I went ahead and I brought back in my Tunnel Clouds die set because I want to use the clouds, the sun, the moon, and the stars. And then I'm also bringing in day 18 from my 2025 Advent calendar. And I thought this was a really neat die. You can put this in the corner. I've gone ahead from 3 different blues. I've got Windy, Breeze, and Malibu. I cut each of those colors 4 times, and we are using the 3 smallest wavy corner pieces. And in my mind, I want this to look like a tarot card. So that's what we're trying to go for here. And these should line up really, really easily. Let's do one corner and see how that goes. And I'm just using liquid glue to attach these. And I'll just line that up. And I'm going to do all 4 corners. Then we can move on to the middle piece here. Get that lined up. I hope everybody is doing well. It is absolutely beautiful here today. We haven't had much of a winter. We have had some cold mornings, but it's been pretty mild. And if you have any of those little hairs you get from die cutting, just take your adhesive eraser and you can wipe those away. So we're going to do all 4 corners like that. Let me go ahead and do the other 3. And those corner pieces line up perfectly. So I'm hoping this looks like a tarot card. That's what we're going for here. So now we need to attach our alabaster piece to our layering piece. And I've got some double-sided tape on the back here. And what I like to do when I have something like this and I want to make sure that I get it lined up perfectly, I will just take the corners and peel back the release paper just a little bit. So you can see I've got each corner peeled back just a little bit. I'm going to press that release paper down, and then I can lay this on my panel and get it lined up perfectly. Then I will press down my corners and I can pull out that release paper, and then our panel is lined up perfect. So I'm just going to lay everything out and see how I want it. And that to me is already looking like a tarot card. And I want to include my sun and my moon. Now my moon, I was kind of not sure if I wanted to do it in white or fog, but I did go ahead. I think we're going to go with the fog. We're just going to figure out our placement here. I know I want to add my clouds. I can layer this one underneath. And you know what? Let's cut this one in half so we can get an extra one out of that. We'll have one over here. And then I want to put this other one behind my sun. I think that's looking good. So now we can go ahead and we can, you know what, let's attach our sentiments. For my sentiments, I am going to bring in some foam strips. Then we can attach our Aries sentiment. I'll put that up at the top. And then I think before we attach our larger image, we need to get our sun and moon and clouds on there. So I will use liquid glue for those. And I'm going to leave my image there just so I can get placement on everything else. So I went ahead and I added some foam strips and a couple thin foam squares to the back of my image here. And I did that because we have layers. My sun is behind a cloud, so that's actually 3 layers of cardstock there. And then we've got 2 layers over here with the other clouds. And I just want to make sure that it lays evenly. So I'm using a combination of thin foam squares and foam strips. So I'm trying to center that, and then I can press that down. So let's go ahead and add some of our stars, and I'm just going to scatter these all over. So I got all my clouds and my stars and my moon and everything attached. I went ahead and I added this to a top folding card base with some foam tape. And I did forget to mention that I started my black panel is 4 by 5 1/4, and everything went down from there. So that was my starting point. And I love how this came out. It looks just like a tarot card. And my main goal here through this little set of videos is just to give you more ideas using the Zodiac press and foil plates. And I think they're all perfect. You can interchange any sign with any of these designs. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Everything I used today will be listed and linked in the description below. Have a great day. Bye-bye.